Imagine a software team cheering as they hit 1 million downloads. They shipped their code on time and their daily user numbers look great. But down the hall, the CFO is staring at a spreadsheet, trying to figure out how the company will survive the quarter because they are rapidly running out of cash. This disconnect happens when a company operates as a feature factory. In this environment, the engineering pipeline is optimized for one thing: output volume. Success is measured entirely by how fast code is written and how many updates get pushed out the door. But releasing 10 new features a month doesn't mean those features solve real customer problems. Even seeing a jump in how long users spend in the app doesn't automatically mean the business is making more money. By treating the sheer volume of work as a win, product teams end up optimizing for isolated internal metrics. They lose sight of whether anyone is actually willing to pay for what they are building, blinding themselves to their actual market performance. Measuring the wrong numbers often leads to the engagement trap. A team might celebrate that users are spending twice as long on a specific page, assuming it means high loyalty. In reality, the user interface might just be confusing, and customers are trapped in a frustrating workflow trying to complete a simple task. Then there's the revenue trap. A company might aggressively push a pop-up upsell window. They will see an immediate short-term spike in cash, yet that aggressive tactic erodes trust and guarantees a massive wave of users canceling their accounts the following month. These are forms of vanity metrics, numbers like cumulative downloads or total clicks. They look impressive on a dashboard, but are useless because they lack the context of whether those users actually stick around and use the product. Having more data doesn't fix a broken strategy. If you measure the wrong objectives, you will efficiently optimize your way right out of business. To stop building features that don't matter, a product manager has to act like a mini CEO. They must prove that tweaking a button today connects directly to the company's financial success tomorrow. That financial success is measured in lagging indicators. These are historical business metrics like customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, and monthly recurring revenue. They are called lagging because they tell you what has already happened. Executives rely on these numbers to grade the health of the business. The flaw in this approach is that by the time you see a drop in revenue or a spike in canceled subscriptions, the competitive window has already closed. The damage is done, and it is impossible to alter the past. You cannot steer a company by only looking at financial data in the rearview mirror. This animated visualization shows how you can see ahead by using leading indicators. These are highly actionable product metrics that measure user behavior in real time, such as activation rate, the percentage of users who complete onboarding, or time to first value, tracking how fast a new user experiences the core benefit of the product. There is a direct mathematical link between these two types of data. If a large number of users fail to complete their profile setup today, the leading indicator, you can mathematically predict a drop in recurring revenue next month, the lagging indicator. Product managers use this exact connection to prioritize their work. They know that if they spend a week fixing a confusing step in the onboarding flow, more users will activate, which directly reduces the amount of money the company has to spend to acquire a paying customer. Mastering leading indicators changes the entire dynamic of a product team. They stop reacting to past failures and become strategic forecasters, using daily user behavior to predict the company's financial future. But an app generates thousands of data points every second. Trying to track every single leading indicator creates organizational noise, leaving different teams pulling in opposite directions. The company desperately needs a single compass. This is known as the North Star metric. It is one specific number that does two jobs simultaneously. It accurately captures the core value a customer gets from using the product, and it acts as a reliable leading indicator of future revenue. As we see in this equation, a true North Star requires a strict architectural formula. You take a unit of value, like items delivered, add a quality modifier, like delivered on time, and restrict it to a specific frequency, like monthly. When defined with that level of rigor, the North Star ensures that every line of code written today is mathematically locked to the ultimate survival and growth of the business. We can see how this works in practice by looking at Netflix back in 2005, when they were entirely focused on shipping physical DVDs in the mail. Their product team didn't track generic website visits. Instead, they focused on the very specific proxy metric, the exact percentage of new members who placed 3 or more DVDs in their rental queue during their very first session. That specific behavior was the perfect North Star. If a new user picked 3 movies right away, it proved they found immediate value in the catalog. More importantly, data showed that users who hit that threshold almost always maintained a paid subscription for the long haul. This technical diagram illustrates a strict rule. Teams cannot manipulate a North Star directly. It's an outcome driven by smaller, independent input metrics beneath it. Daily sprints target these specific inputs, like improving search conversion, which feeds directly into more users adding 3 DVDs. When metrics are structured as a predictive hierarchy like this, they turn gut feelings into concrete, actionable data. It gives product teams the clarity they need to stop acting as blind feature factories and start operating as reliable engines of durable business growth.